In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 22nd, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Portland Trail Blazers versus Houston Rockets. The NBA Cup action continues with an intriguing matchup between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets. Both teams enter this contest having secured victories in their first NBA Cup games, but Houston holds the edge in the standings thanks to a superior point differential. The Trail Blazers are coming off a tough 109-99 road loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they managed to cover as 13.5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, the Rockets are riding high after a dominant 130-113 home victory over the Indiana Pacers, comfortably covering the spread as 5.5-point favorites. Portland could find themselves in a precarious position once again, as injuries continue to plague their lineup. Key players Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson are listed as questionable, adding to the uncertainty surrounding their availability. Additionally, there is a possibility that Deandre Ayton might miss this game, further depleting the Blazers' already limited depth. Portland's lack of offensive firepower becomes glaringly apparent when their top scorers are unavailable, and Jerami Grant has struggled to consistently shoulder the offensive load despite his lucrative contract. This lack of depth has been a significant factor in their struggles. In their last 4 losses, the Blazers were defeated by double-digit margins, including a lopsided 45-point loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. On the other hand, Houston boasts a fully healthy roster with notable depth, as both Tari Eason and Amen Thompson contribute double-digit scoring off the bench. If Ayton is sidelined, Alperen Sengun is poised to dominate in the paint, coming off a stellar 31-point performance in his previous game. The Rockets have established themselves as a force at home this season and are one of the NBA's deepest teams. 7 players on their roster are averaging at least 10 points per game, showcasing a balanced attack. In contrast, the Trail Blazers have faced significant challenges due to injuries, which have disrupted their ability to build team chemistry. Portland's performances have been inconsistent on both ends of the floor, and while they compete hard, their offense has been one of the least productive in the league. In stark contrast, the Rockets have emerged as one of the league's best defensive teams, creating a considerable mismatch in this game. Despite their struggles, the Trail Blazers have shown resilience, compiling a 9-5-1 record against the spread this season. This scrappy playstyle could make them competitive in certain stretches of the game. However, the Rockets' young roster has been showing marked improvement in consistency, evidenced by their 8-2 straight up and against the spread records over the past 10 games. Furthermore, Houston has excelled as a double-digit favorite, covering the spread in 4 of their last 5 such games dating back to March. Given their strong form and balanced roster, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. While Houston has been effective offensively, their success has not stemmed from 3-point shooting, as they rank 20th in the league in 3-pointers attempted per game. Instead, the Rockets excel in scoring within the mid-range and paint. Conversely, Portland's offensive woes are compounded by their league-high turnover rate and struggles from beyond the arc. While the Trail Blazers play at a fast pace, their inefficiency on offense makes it difficult for them to capitalize on opportunities. Houston's stifling defense will likely amplify these issues, limiting Portland's scoring output. As a result, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Mavericks versus Denver Nuggets. The NBA betting excitement rolls on this Friday, November 22nd, as the Emirates NBA Cup Showdown takes center stage at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. In this marquee matchup, the Dallas Mavericks will take on the Denver Nuggets in what promises to be an intense battle. Both teams are vying for a significant win, with the Nuggets looking to maintain their dominance and the Mavericks seeking revenge. This is the second meeting between Dallas and Denver this season. The Nuggets narrowly edged out the Mavericks in their previous encounter on November 10th, winning 112 122 to 120 in a thrilling game. With the stage set for another electrifying matchup, the question looms, can Dallas turn the tables and exact their revenge, or will Denver assert its superiority once more? The Mavericks enter this contest shorthanded, missing key players Dante Exum and Luka Doncic. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are monitoring the availability of their star, Nikola Jokic, who is listed as questionable due to personal reasons. The Nuggets' recent form makes them the more consistent team coming into this game, but the absence of Jokic could level the playing field, given the Mavericks are already without Doncic. Jokic's absence would be a significant blow, as he wasn't present at practice on Thursday. Before placing any bets, be sure to review the latest injury reports. Assuming Jokic does not suit up, the Mavericks may have an edge, and taking them with the point seems like a sensible choice. While Denver recently defeated the Grizzlies without Jokic, Memphis was heavily depleted by injuries. With several capable players still in their lineup, the Dallas Mavericks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The pace of play could also shape the outcome of this game. Surprisingly, the Nuggets operate at a relatively fast tempo, recording 100.1 possessions per 48 minutes, which ranks 9th in the league. The Mavericks, on the other hand, take a more measured approach, registering 98.2 possessions per 48 minutes, placing them 18th in the NBA. Defensively, the Mavericks have a solid rating of 111.3, which ranks 7th, while the Nuggets come in at 16th with a defensive rating of 113.1. The absence of Luka Doncic undoubtedly impacts Dallas's scoring potential, but the shooting struggles of both teams in the three-point category could tilt the game toward a lower scoring affair. Both squads rank in the bottom 10 in three-point rate, further reinforcing this expectation. If Jokic returns for Denver, the Mavericks may need to slow the game's pace to avoid falling behind. However, given the circumstances, taking the under on the total points feels like a prudent call. Nonetheless, if the Nuggets find themselves at full strength, the over might become more appealing. Ultimately, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Sacramento Kings versus Los Angeles Clippers. The NBA Cup action will feature two winless teams from West Group of facing off as the Sacramento Kings visit the Los Angeles Clippers on Friday night. The Kings, who currently hold an 8-7 straight-up record and are 6-8-1 against the spread, lost their first Cup game in overtime to the Minnesota Timberwolves last Friday, 130-126. Sacramento followed that up with a narrow 109-108 defeat at home against the Atlanta Hawks on Monday. Meanwhile, the Clippers, sitting at 9-7 straight up and 9-6-1 against the spread, dropped their initial Cup matchup to the Houston Rockets in a 125-104 blowout last Friday. However, they bounced back on Wednesday with a solid 104-93 victory over the Orlando Magic on their home floor. Both teams remain hampered by injuries. Sacramento continues to play without Malik Monk, while the Clippers are missing key players Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell. Despite the injuries, the Kings have shown resilience, splitting their last 4 games with a 2-2 straight-up record. Their 2 recent losses were by slim margins of 1 point against Atlanta and 4 points against Minnesota, showing they remain competitive. There's optimism surrounding the potential return of DeMar DeRozan for this game, which would provide a significant boost to the Kings' offense. In his absence, De'Aaron Fox has been carrying the scoring load, averaging an impressive 46 points per game over the last 3 contests. While Fox's scoring outburst is noteworthy, Sacramento might find more success if he assumes a greater role as a facilitator. The Kings are 2.5-point underdogs in this matchup, a line that seems enticing given their 4-2 against the spread record in their last 6 road games. The Clippers, on the other hand, seem to have found their groove in their new arena, riding a 3-game winning streak. Their latest triumph came against the Orlando Magic, where they held their opponents to under 100 points for the 2nd consecutive game. The team's defensive improvement has been led by center Ivica Zubac, who has recorded double-digit rebounds in 4 straight games, anchoring their interior defense. This presents an intriguing test for the Clippers as they face Sacramento's high-powered offense, which ranks 6th in the NBA in offensive efficiency. The matchup between Zubac and Sacramento's Domantas Sabonis in the rebounding battle will be critical, while James Harden's defensive liabilities may give De'Aaron Fox an advantage in backcourt matchups. Sacramento's offensive firepower and overall depth appear to give them a favorable matchup against the Clippers. DeRozan's potential return could add a dynamic scoring option, and Fox's ability to exploit mismatches will be key. Additionally, Sabonis matches up well with Zubac, giving the Kings an edge in rebounding and interior play. With these factors in mind, the Sacramento Kings money line is our full game side pick. In their earlier meeting this month, the two teams combined for 205 points, falling well below the 224.5-point total set for that game, a number that has been repeated for this rematch. Neither team favors an up-tempo style of play. Sacramento averages 104.1 possessions per game, ranking 9th in the league, while the Clippers are more deliberate, sitting at 23rd with 101.2 possessions per game. This difference in pace suggests the game will likely settle into a balanced tempo, emphasizing defensive execution. The Clippers have been especially stout defensively in recent games, holding opponents to 105 points or fewer in their last 3 outings and under 100 points in their previous 2. Sacramento has also demonstrated defensive prowess in this matchup, limiting the Clippers to 98 points on 44.4% shooting in their earlier encounter. The under has hit in 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Los Angeles allows 110 points per 100 possessions, ranking 6th in the NBA, and relies heavily on their defensive identity. Sacramento, while more offensively inclined, has shown they can hold their own defensively, allowing 113 points per 100 possessions and forcing 15.1 turnovers per 100 possessions. Neither team is inclined to push the pace, and the Clippers will likely attempt to slow the game down even further to contain De'Aaron Fox. The trend supports a lower scoring affair, as the under has hit in each of the Clippers' last 5 home games and 4 of their last 5 matchups with the Kings. The projection leans toward a defensive battle, making under the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.